welcome to JoeJoeMoto. I'd like to welcome you to episode number 4 of the GSXR build. So now with the GSXR, we're moving on to some of the fairing work. We're going to be working on the tail section here and the fairing of the tail there. I could go and buy a brand new one, even a non-genuine one is still like 150 bucks though, and then I've got to paint it, color match, all those sort of things, stickers on it, so it's not really viable for this project. All I'm going to be doing is repairing it. If I can make it so that I can't really see the cracks and they're not very noticeable, I'll be super happy, and it's sort of like, it'll be good enough. Alright, so I've still got the air hawk on here, but I'll just show you underneath here. You can just see the start of this crack underneath there. But the other side here, which is out of the light a fair bit, you can see there's that major crack running through there. So we're just going to try and repair that and cover it up as best we can. We've got a few ideas with different stickers and things, but the main thing is it needs to be structurally sound. So it's time to start removing all the tail section. So I've never removed the tail section from this bike. I don't know how to do it. So as usual, I'm just going to give it a go. I'm sure I'll be able to do it just looking around at the way things are. I'm going to start by getting the seat off, get rid of this air hawk because there's no more big rides anymore, take off this cowling, and we'll see what we need to undo when we get in there. Alright, so if I was keeping the bike, I'd definitely be replacing this whole bit. You can see here that the little stays are broken on both sides, and you can see that sort of major crack there, and then the smaller crack here. So I'm going to get it structurally sound and decide what to do after that. So we need to remove the whole thing. That's the tail section all removed now. Let's take it up to the bench and have a look. So my basic plan is to come underneath here. I'm going to sand here and here. I'm going to cut out some little plastic patches of some material that I've got. Plastic patch here and here. And I'm going to araldite it, like epoxy it on the backs of these, and that'll give it the structural strength that it needs to stop cracking. And then after I've done that, I'll work out what I want to do with making it look good on this side. We're back another day here. Let's check and see what happened. That's on there solid. Still got some flecks from the normal standard plastic. That's on there nice and solid. Cool. It's all looking pretty good. Taking off the rear cowl, I thought that sort of the latches were broken. It wasn't sort of grabbing on one side, but I've realised what's happened here. One of these guys has sort of snapped off, so it's actually come apart from the main base there, this little latch part. So let's go back to the bench and start fixing this one now. Oh, that nearly cut my finger off. Alright. And we can see now that that was supposed to be in there like that. So I wonder if we can just get away with some araldite, getting this plastic back on here, and could be okay. Alright, so you couldn't see any of that stuff that I was just doing, but just put a bunch of araldite all around where the crack was, sort of let it sit, and made sure there's definitely enough room for this clip to go back on there. We'll let that dry, we'll come back to it another time, and fingers crossed it's strong enough to hold. And we're back again after some drying time. It's dried super solid, it's nice and strong there. Now we're going to think about covering up these cracks. The seat base does actually cover a fair bit of it, but we need to do something. It doesn't look very nice. You know what? That's not just good, that's good enough. Alright, so the final thing we're going to be doing in this episode is replacing the bobbins or spools there for lifting up the bike. They're very scratched up. This one's actually bent, so it's going to need a bit of massaging back into place with a big hammer. But it will replace both sides and should look a lot better. So that was an awesome episode here, getting a bunch of stuff done that I really wasn't too sure of. Getting this tail fixed up, it's nice and solid now, and the stickers look really good. I walked past the bike a number of times and they definitely fit in. You know, it's not going to be something that sort of stands out and you go, why are they there? So I'm really enjoying that, it looks really cool. Doing the bobbins down the bottom and also fixing this top piece here so it's nice and solid now is really cool as well. We're really close to finishing the bike now. It's only probably one more episode to go. Fixing this fairing down the bottom, there's a nice big crack there that we've got to repair and paint and see what we're going to do down there. Also, the engine case has a fair few scratches on it, so we're going to sand that down and make it look nice again. And then I think that's about it. I've got to look at my list, but it's getting really, really close. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share it with all your friends, especially those that ride sports bikes or ride Gixxers especially. They might really enjoy this stuff. Give this video a big old thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to drop a comment below and let me know what you thought about the video and things you might like to see next time on the build videos. I'd love to hear that. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure you do that now, and I'll see you on the next video.